Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Sew Not Scary on my channel Uni Crafts. My goal is to help you overcome the fear of sewing so you can feel great about the simple pleasures of home crafting. Now, in the previous video that I did yesterday, I talked about what place a mini sewing machine or just a sewing machine can have in your life. In front of you, what you see is a tiny little mini sewing machine that I had bought about 10-11 days ago, and I've been teaching myself how to use it properly. There are so many little parts that every sewing machine has, and it can be really overwhelming just to look at all those different parts at the same time. Whenever you are sewing on a sewing machine, there are two different threads which are working at the same time to make the stitches. There's a thread that sits on top and there's another thread that sits at the bottom, and it is hidden away under the needle of the sewing machine in this little chamber that you see here. And today that bottom thread is what I'm going to talk to you about. Okay, so inside this little chamber there's a little device called a bobbin. Now, you hear about bobbins all the time, but do you really know what a bobbin is? If you've never sewn before, or if you don't know the anatomy of a sewing machine or even a mini sewing machine, chances are you might not know what a thread bobbin is. So that's pretty much what I want to talk to you about today, which is a bobbin. Okay, now a bobbin is just this cute little round device, okay, and I hope you can see it. For this particular sewing machine, the bobbin in use is supposed to be this metallic thing with all these holes going around the sides of it, okay, and in the middle there's a bar where the thread goes around, okay. But this is not the only kind of bobbin that sewing machines might use. Different models of sewing machines use different kinds of bobbins. For example, I've got a whole collection of bobbins from two different sewing machines. Most of these are these clear bobbins, okay. Do you see? They're clear, they're plastic, transparent. The design is kind of similar, but it's plastic. There are no little holes on the side, okay. And that's what most of these bobbins are. But here is that metallic bobbin that I just showed you, but this is all full of thread now. Now, do you see? Hope you can. The sunlight is coming in through my window. The thread is filled up, so the holes along the side, you can't see all the way through them now because the thread is at the back of those holes. And this is a big fat fully filled bobbin, okay. So this bobbin provides the thread for the underside of your fabric. So whatever you're sewing, if you've never noticed before, just where you're sitting looking at this video, just look at what you're wearing right now. Look down at the hem of your t-shirt or dress or top, whatever you're wearing, or maybe the underside of your sleeve, and look at the stitching line. You will see there's a stitch line on the top and on the bottom of your fabric that you're wearing right now, okay. So the stitch at the bottom of the fabric, on the wrong side of the fabric, that thread is provided by this bobbin, and this bobbin sits right there inside this chamber in any sewing machine, okay. So that's what a bobbin is. It's not a scary thing. It's just this little simple metal round wheelie thing, okay, with thread around it, okay. That's all there is to it. So it's not scary. Now, why is it important to fill a bobbin? Well, obviously you need thread, but the other thing is usually bobbins don't come filled up. And even if they do come filled up, there's only a limited amount of thread on them, and they run out of thread pretty quickly, okay. So whenever you want to sew a different project or a new project that requires a particular color of thread, you have to fill this bobbin. So every sewing machine comes equipped with a way or a mechanism to help you wind the bobbin, okay? And that's what I want to tell you, how it works on this little mini sewing machine, okay? So obviously you need a bobbin to wind around, okay? And you need some thread. Now here I've got a big fat thread reel, okay? It's purple, and this is what a thread reel looks like if you've never seen it or never kind of analyzed what it's all about. In the middle of the thread reel there's a hole or a cylinder, okay? And it's there so it can sit on top of any spindles, any sticks which are sticking out of a sewing machine, okay? And then obviously there's thread that winds around that thread reel, okay? And we have to use our sewing machine to transfer some of this thread onto this little bobbin. Now how will we do that? Now on my mini sewing machine there's a little hidden spindle right there, okay? If you watch my earlier video that I just did yesterday, you will find it there. So this pops out and it sits there, and the thread reel is supposed to sit on top of this spindle. Now which way will it go? Will it go that way or that way? Well, there's a simple way to know. It has to sit perfectly. P is for perfect, so you have to make sure that your thread is making the P shape. So the thread goes up and over like that on your reel, and that's P. P for perfect, okay? And that is how we're going to sit it on top like that, okay? Now on the side of this sewing machine there is a little knob right there, okay? You're going to press it and twist it and let go, and what happens is a little hidden spindle comes out right there as well. And let me turn it back sideways again so you can see what it looks like from the front. Do you see now a little spindle is poking out on the side as well? That's what we're going to use to wind the bobbin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this thread, okay, and I'm just going to use it to wind or do a couple of loops on my bobbin. To do that, first I need to pass this thread through any of these little holes on the side of the bobbin, going from the inside to the outside, okay? So I'm going to just poke it through one of the holes on the inside. I hope you can see this. Poke it up, so now I can hold this thread, okay? I hold it and then I wind the bobbin a few times, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 is the magic number. After I do this, I know my thread is a little bit secure, and I can now pop it on top of my bobbin spindle right there, okay? Now what I now need to do is hold this thread so my finger will act kind of like a little pulley system which regulates smooth flow of the thread, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start winding the bobbin by switching on the sewing machine. You cannot see this right now, but I've got my foot on the electrical pedal. I will talk about the pedal in another future episode, but for now just know that I will be switching on this sewing machine as I wind the bobbin. Okay, here we go. Now, and now we can clip off this extra thread. Snip, okay, and now we can continue to wind the bobbin. Here we go. So I'm going to speed up this video now so that it fills up quickly and you don't have to worry about all the noise. You can see I'm gently moving my hand side to side as I fill the bobbin, okay? And this helps to fill the bobbin evenly from left to right. Okay, so I've got enough thread on my bobbin. I'm just going to snip the thread off now. Okay, I'll take this off as well, put this away, and now I'm going to take this off. And let me show you what it looks like now. So I've not filled the bobbin all the way, but you can see that there is a significant amount of thread on this bobbin now. It's enough for me to sew maybe a little project, okay? And that's how you wind a bobbin on a mini sewing machine. Now, I will be showing you how to use the bobbin by putting it inside the mini sewing machine, but that's gonna happen in a future video. Now, if this video resonates with you at any level, please give it a thumbs up. It will really help me create more helpful content for you. Please also check out my website unicrafts.com, where I'm putting up free patterns and tutorials regularly. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye!